Hi guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda. Yes, we've just lost at Villa, at a form team Villa. They've got 10 wins in a row now. And before the game, we kind of expected us to really go there and get a result, but we played pretty well. We're going to talk about the game, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Coming to you first, the ugly. Rio, how you doing, man?
We're back
I
here
heard
again.
you turned to the dark side. I've heard.
No. We'll talk about that. I'm not having this slander thrown on my name. I've not gone that far. Obviously, festive times as usual. It's been like this for the last couple of weeks for us, but having another loss, it doesn't feel good, does it?
And coming to the bad, that would be you, Mr. B. You've definitely turned. You're wearing your dark side uniform with the hooded top.
Yeah, I had it all prepared. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what the result was. I know you're going to come on here say, no, we played well in patches, blah, blah, blah. Rio doesn't feel too disappointed, blah, 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 because it was a brave effort. We're not Scotland. We're Manchester United. We need to be getting results. Yes, Villa, great. They've gone on a 10 match winning streak. That's fantastic. But that doesn't help our cause. And but we'll talk about the team that was picked. Yeah, as we go along. But yeah, I think there's a lot to discuss today.
Okay, first of all, let's discuss the starting lineup because we weren't sure how they were going to set up because obviously we are missing 3 key players, Maz, possibly Ahmad and Mbemo. They've gone on to the African Nations tournament. So we started with Lamins in goal. Back 3, which I was disappointed at the start with Evan playing and Yoro with Shaw, those 3. Just touch on that, guys. I mean, don't talk about their performance, but what other options do we have in defence right now? Because we've got the only defender I can see on the bench is Martinez and Malacia, and the right back, what's his name? Mantana. So is that? I mean, you can't be disappointed with that back 3. I would have played Martinez instead of what's his name, Heaven in the middle. But I mean, with the options we've got available, we're really kind of restricted, aren't we, with the amount of players we have in defence?
Yeah, but there's bang on. There's only so much we can do. You know, we could set up in a 4. You know, ultimately, I thought we might have done that. We did do that in spells, but when it came to system again. But yeah, you can only do so much. Licha, you know, I agree with you, Yaba. I would have loved for him to start because that inexperience is showing now. Weirdly, you know, we're going to talk about the players, but it's showing in probably the player you wouldn't expect it to show in compared to the other chap that's doing better. So I'm talking about Yoro and Heaven. I think one player is surpassing the other very, very quickly as the games are going by. In Heaven, I think Heaven is looking like the mainstay at this moment in time, and Yoro is struggling. He's struggling massively.
Mr. B, I mean, do you agree with Rio's assessment there about the back 3? Would you have gone with Martinez as well? Would you start him in hindsight?
Yeah, I would have. The thing that against Martinez is if he replaces Heaven, you're taking a foot maybe away. Heaven's what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
You know, Martinez is 5'9" at a push. You know, so already there's a disadvantage having Martinez playing. Sure, I don't think can play centre back. So with what we've got, I probably would have played that. I mean, Heaven, I think his passing, with both feet is pretty good, to be fair. Obviously, yeah, inexperienced. There's a lot that they do need, and they do need an experienced defender beside them. Granted, but I don't know if there's anybody else they could have played.
Yeah, fair enough. And obviously, with the wing backs today, with Ahmad missing, we found out that Dallow's going to be playing on the right and Dorgu on the left, right-footed, left-footed, on the right sides as well. There's, like I say, there's a right back from the academy who could play in that position. But beyond that, I heard Diego Leon is, progressing. But beyond that, I mean, there's no one on the bench really. It's got to be those two, right, Rio?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. And then obviously with the likes of Shesko coming back into the team, it made sense. We put crosses in today. So if you're gonna play people on their favored side, then make sure you're putting in crosses in, and we did that.
Most certainly, and obviously Xisco started today, Mr. B, which was no surprise really. I mean, he's coming back into fitness. We spent a lot of money on him. It's about time he started starting and scoring goals.
Yeah, you should have. I think you maybe should have had 2 today.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because we started the game pretty well, didn't we? I mean, you look at the end of the game stats. We dominated them with possession. We had more shots. We had more shots on target, and this is away from home. So there's some positives there. But let's talk about Xisco because he had a great chance, didn't he? I don't know if Cunha had a great chance, didn't he? But that was the first chance that we had. Cunha sort of ball bounced.
Yeah, it was like a curler from outside the box on the edge of the box, wasn't it? That
yeah.
We all went in.
Yeah,
we all thought it went in.
We did. Yeah, and to be fair, I don't think there didn't seem to be much difference between the two teams in the first half. I think we had our chances were probably cleaner than theirs.
Yeah,
which was a bit of a surprise. When do we talk about the Bruno? Do we try and do it in chronological order? Was he injured before they scored?
Well, I think it was a great chance. We had a great opportunity. I think Cunha, he was gutted. He could tell he was disappointed because he would put that away and change training. Tried to bend it round, but disappointed that he didn't get it on target, to be honest. And then Xisco got through on goal, didn't he? With a bit of deflection. Great through ball. And he kept on running, and he was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Is that a great?
Do you think?
I actually thought that.
I thought it was a good save.
It was a good save. He makes himself big, but then that's like again. The issue with our team is they're not getting enough consistent minutes. So obviously, Shesko's back from an injury. On another day, a supreme striker in form does a cute little thing over him as he's spreading himself wide, and you never know. And I think Shesko's lacking that massively.
Okay, I just want to shout out Colin here for the great watch along. He says Xisco needs to lift the ball over the keeper. I've looked at it a few times. I think even that would have been difficult under the circumstances. Mr. B, you said it was a great save.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a good. The goalie was out quick. He was really, really out quick because if you look at the ball, it wasn't meant for. It went past maybe 3. It went past 3 players and eventually got to him. I think you're right about the minutes. The next time he has a chance like that, I think he scores. Just because he then has the chip in his mind. If that opportunity comes again, he then has the chip in his mind. I don't think he hits it low. I think he goes for the chip. Whether or not it's enough for it to go in is another story. But yeah, again, that was a good chance. One of our better chances of the game.
Yeah, we're kind of like dictating the play, having more possession in the first half, looking pretty good. It looked like if anyone was going to score, it would be us, based on those 2 chances and the tempo that we were playing. And they can quiet the crowd, didn't we? I mean, you live near Villa, don't you? It must be silence out there, Rio. We really sort of hushed them up with our possession play.
I am not getting that silence now. I'm telling you now. My God.
Is it buzzing out there right now?
Oh, I can't look at my phone yet. It's not good. It's not good. And I put out a TikTok before the game saying, 3 points. Man United are coming to town. Don't worry. It's the season of gifting. You'll be gifting us with all 3 points. So yeah, I've got some explaining to do.
Well, it's really disappointing for me because with those good chances and with balance of play, I mean they did have chances as well, but we were looking good and looking solid. This is what I'm saying. So I was really impressed with the performance, and then only for us to make a stupid mistake. And we can go for that. Let's talk about this mistake because you called it earlier about the centre back Yoro compared to Evan. Yoro is just probably responsible for both goals from Morgan Rogers, making him look $1 million. Mr. B, I mean, you're a manager. What the ball? Look, McGinn's played the ball from halfway line over into the wide areas, and Morgan Rogers had to take a a sort of high touch to get it under control, and he still didn't get under control. It took about 5 seconds before he could actually get the ball and turn, and there was no one closing him down. I mean, talk us through that, because to me,
so where would you say the error in that move was? The fact that he didn't get over
my opinion. I'm asking you.
Okay, well, okay. My thing is, he shouldn't have allowed him to turn. He showed him back onto his right foot too early. Like, he made it too easy for him to turn onto his favoured foot. He then didn't get close enough to him to force him into anything. Rogers knew exactly what he was going to do. He had the time and the space to do it. I think the error he made was not showing him down the outside. But I mean, I don't know if Euro 1 would have done his homework in regards to know what his favoured foot is. These are stuff that I expect defenders, Premier League defenders, to be doing. When you're up against a player, you know what their favourite foot is. If he shows him down the left and he beats him down the left, fine. But the fact that he didn't show him inside, but he made him easy for him the option that he wanted to do, which was to cut back, check in 2-step, bang in the top corner. Is that the error that you think he made? Because I don't think he could have closed him down any quicker with the ball going over there. That's the error that I think he made.
Okay, Rio, do you want to add to that?
Like, no, I agree. You know, the ball, first of all, Mount needs to be stronger. He's the one that lost the ball further up the field anyway. But anyway, we love Mount. I love Mount. Ball goes long, goes out wide. He's had time to play a game of Connect Four, Scrabble, everything, turn into space. Euro's then pushed over way too quickly. You know, he's a tall centre back, so to have that ability to be agile, turn, you know, show him on the left. And I've been singing the praises of Morgan Rogers. You know, again, I called it. I absolutely called it. Sensational player. You know, the English Kaka. Don't let him do that. But I'm going that far. He's my favorite player to watch right now, and I know exactly what he can do. Euro, you need to do better. You need twice.
Anyone can look good if you give them time and space. We look good against Wolves. They gave us time and space. For me, when that ball first came over to Morgan Rogers, he had to bring it down off his toes, nearly went off the pitch. That's the time Euro should sprint over to him to stop him from turning. That's what he should have done. He should have sprinted over to him, said, right, that's a bad touch, off his touch, bam, and speak in his face so it didn't stop him from turning. He's got over this, jogged over there, said, all right, you can turn, and now you've turned. I'm just going to stand there and let you jog past me and just come inside with no pressure at all. I'm like, my gosh, Euro, bro, you got a little cross on your neck, whatever, and your little nice little pretty curls or whatever you got going on there, man. Spending more time on your looks than that's your hard graft and proper defending, man. I'm calling him out on this one. That stunk the place out. Any defender will know that's disgusting. Getting in him, touch tight, bam, don't let him turn, and then once he wouldn't even get in a position to actually drift past you on the right foot, which is like Mr. B was saying. Data analysis, you would know. It's shocking defending as far as I'm concerned. And Harry Maguire must be pulling his hair out, thinking, I need to get back on his pitch and show these little youth.
Whoa. I love everything then, and you ruined yourself again. I get what you mean. I get it. I do get it. But it's an experience thing, that is. It's an experience thing. It has to be, surely.
You'll learn.
Well,
we've been infiltrated. We've been infiltrated. Look. The villains of Birmingham have come to get me.
They're coming. They've actually said to you here, look, big up to Curtis, saying, look at your phone, Rio, or POs is saying there. Let's go through a few comments here. Matty's in the house. How you doing, Matty? Nice to see you, bro. He's also from Birmingham, so he's probably getting a lot of stick right now. Xisco needs to lift it over the keeper, says Colin, when we talk about the chance that he had. Dare I say, we're missing Maguire in defence. Matty, Matty knows ball. Who's this? Mr. Johnson saying, big name, broken standards. Man United don't lose because opponents are better. They lose because they don't know who they are anymore.
Well, I agree. We were better than Villa today. I'm putting it out there. We were better than Villa today. We lost due to naivety on the pitch, lack of experience in that back line, silly mistakes, and that's it. But the game was there for us to win. A few chances, on a plate for certain players. it was there. It was absolutely there, and I'm pissed off now.
Okay.
I'm pissed off now.
So we've gone 1-0 down, Mr. B, and I think we were playing well, but we showed character to go 1-1 before the end of the half, didn't we? Pressing high. You had Dorgu pressing high, trying to put some pressure on, and what do you know? You score a goal. Talk us through.
I can't talk you through it. I'm not gonna lie. I just know that he just couldn't score the goal. To be fair, I'm not gonna act like I remember the intricacy, the build-up play. I don't.
We
I just
won the
remember.
ball up high. Dorgu pressured Matty Cash and tackled him, and then it went to Cunha, and then Cunha just finessed it near post. But yeah,
I remember the finish. I don't remember any of the build-up. And I was off. To be fair, I was off my chair. That is what I think we needed to show that we've got that level of determination. And Cunha was one of our better players today. I like the fact that he drives with the ball. Sometimes he does play with his head down, but if he loses the ball, he's not going to be giving it up until he wins it back. So that part of his game I really, really liked today, and I think he deserved his goal. That's 2-2 for him. So he's now starting maybe to find.
Oh yeah, 2-2.
Yes, 2-2 in it. Yeah, I think he's now starting to find a level of form now. And even when the subs were made, you could see that he was bringing it upon himself to be. What's the word? To prove that he's a more senior player. You know, there was a time in the corner where, this is towards the end of the game. I think it was Fletcher got tackled and he was over there straight away, kind of, I don't know, he just seems to be a kind of leader on the pitch. And I like that. I really, really like that about him. So yeah, I think he deserves
He's not
the
looking
goal.
shy. He's not looking shy anymore now, is he? He's starting to don the shirt.
Grow into the shirt. Yeah, maybe grow into the shirt a little bit more. You can see that with his play. So I think he deserved the goal. I'll be honest, it surprised me how quick we did get back into the game. And then obviously Bruno's hammy went. Fair play to him. I have total respect to him for him carrying on until halftime. You know, we know a lot of players maybe would have gone down. I mean, he knows the situation with the subs bench and everything, and maybe they tried to do something at halftime because, to be fair, anytime you see a player go when they're playing and they pull out like that and hold their leg, they're normally going off straight away. So the fact that he got through to halftime, I have full respect for him. If that's done a little bit more damage or it keeps him out for a little bit longer, then let's hope it's not going to be too much. But hamstring is minimum 4 weeks. Really, you're looking at 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks. So it depends on how bad it's done. But obviously, the sub.
Mr. B, do you think ideally we should just take them off as soon as he started touching his hamstring? Do you think we should just take them off there and then, not wait for Bruno to decide?
Well, no, because they didn't know. I don't think Amrin probably knew how bad. We all knew how bad he was and knew he probably wasn't going to come out for the second half. But you probably got to give your players instructions. Who would you have thrown on? You know, maybe it took a little bit of time to work out.
Otherwise, the injury's going to get worse. He's going to be running around without any treatment.
Who comes on?
It doesn't matter.
Who comes on for him?
7, 8
okay, so you pull him 7 or 8.
If someone's putting his hammy and he's a key player, automatically it's like concussion. You just take him off. You don't wait around.
Okay, so you would have made
Bruno's going to want to play on. Bruno tried to play on. No, drag him off now. We don't want this to get any worse. Get some treatment on that. That's my view on it.
It's Bruno though, isn't it? It's Bruno. If there's someone on the pitch that gets injured and you kind of want to wait to see what's going to happen, it's him. If there's anyone. And I think because of the timing of it, it was coming up to halftime. I think maybe it was just a case of he's probably indicated I can survive till halftime and we'll assess it then. And because of who we had available to come on, it probably did need a 15-minute talk to see who it's going to be before making a quick decision. And ultimately ended up being Leacher.
Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about that decision because before the half, they were looking at Xerxes warming up, thinking, all right, Xerxes will come on, maybe bring Mount maybe into midfield and Xerxes in Mount's position. But he ended up playing Martinez in midfield, in position where he played a few times for Ajax, apparently. But we've never really seen him play in midfield for us, but we know he's got the ability to do it. And I mean, there was a few sighs about it because he wasn't giving us anything going forward. But was that the right decision?
Good. He looked good. He looked very good, in my opinion. He looked
Better
calm.
than Agate?
Yeah, huh?
Better than Agate?
Yes.
Oh.
My dead granny's better than Agate, bro. Did you see
Yeah,
his
better
pass
than
in the
Agate.
first half, bro? Did you see it? Oh, don't.
He looked like a soccer aid player. Like, he looked like he'd come on for soccer aid. Like, honestly, that pass, I think we all looked, you know, when he did that.
Yeah.
You could see, because we've all tried that pass. We know exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to do a bit of an outside curler, so it just about goes past the left back and it goes perfectly to our right wing back. No, he did a Johnny Wilkinson, like a shocking, absolutely shocking. But yeah,
and he gave the ball away a couple of times where they
like. But again, it's so tough for these players. I understand it in the moment. We're getting pissed off and angry with them because they're losing the ball here, there, and everywhere. But if they're not getting the minutes, I know it's a simple thing, so I shouldn't be talking about minutes, but it does come down to match fitness. You know, in the middle of the park, he probably thinks he's got acres to take a touch. Yeah, I think the minutes over time, I think we're starting to see the effects of players not getting more game time.
I would maybe agree with that if this is what Agate does every game, Rio. You know, if this was a one-off or maybe a two-off, then you would understand. But every game, Agate has started. This is the 7th game in a row that Agate has started that we've lost. Don't tell me it's coincidence, please. Don't tell me it's coincidence.
Oh no, he's
bro.
shit. He is shit. He's shit.
You see what I mean? So the fact that, I mean, look, we haven't even spoken about the what's the word when they call it the something in the room, the
elephant in the room.
That's the one, the elephant in the room.
What is the elephant in the room?
Mainu.
All right. So where was he today?
Exactly. He was injured in training yesterday.
What's going on?
You know, so let's not get it twisted.
That's a conspiracy.
Of course it's fucking bullshit.
Really?
Of course
Rio,
it's
you're
bullshit,
shaking your head.
I think this was his chance. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think he's injured. I think he's injured.
Amrin didn't want to play him. Amrin wanted to give him some sort of discipline. I'm sorry. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he plays in the Newcastle game. I'm convinced.
So I don't say, do you think he comes back in?
Well, he has to come back in. Who's he going to play? Fletcher. Bruno's out. Bruno is out. He's seen what Agate's done.
Do you think it's just a one-game disciplinary and that's it, or
what they say? His ankle.
I heard it was an injury. I just think that it was bullshit, bro. He wanted to make a look. We're managers, right? You have a level of pride in it. You don't want nobody in your team making you look like a mug. You understand? You know what I mean? And this is Saturday and Sunday football. So for him to have played Kobe today, regardless of all of his chit chat, I didn't believe it anyway. You knew he wasn't going to play today. So the fact that he couldn't bench him, he couldn't put him on the bench because there would have been uproar. So it's easy for him to say he's injured.
Can I suggest it's one of two things, and it kind of backfires as well. If you are going to discipline him for the T-shirt with his brother and, you know, ill discipline or whatever, and not play him, then that's fine. But then you're lying to the media by saying there's an injury or whatever. So I mean, but the backfire is now that Bruno's out and he's what automatic replacement for Bruno because he said that the manager. What's going to happen? Do you have to say, "Oops, yeah, just little ankle injuries, run it off now. He'll be ready for Boxing Day or not."
Thank you.
Well,
the true story will reveal itself because Bruno's got injured now. We're going to find out the truth because we can't afford to lose this game.
Look at this. So thank you, Com. Thank you for putting this in the chat. The injury is described as a small issue. Bruv, he's now going to put him in after he hasn't played any games against Jolinton, Tonali, and what's the other idiot in midfield? Gutierrez, Guimaraes. Bro,
yeah.
Don't. So guess what? He's then going to get run over and trampled in that game. Oh, he's not good enough to be playing in Bruno's role. This is why I haven't been playing him. Watch the narrative that's going to be coming out, bro. Watch the narrative that's going to be coming out.
Okay, so going into second half, obviously we've changed things around. So you've got two proper solid guys in Ugarte and Martinez in midfield. Didn't really give us that sort of creativity going forward. But let's talk about Martinez's performance in the second half, because he's come on, playing in a position he's not familiar with, but he is tenacious. He's got a great left foot. He pings balls into feet between lines. He can spray passes. He got a lot of time and space in that position because they didn't engage United until they got into their half, really. So Martinez's performance as the midfielder, can you see anything there going forward for him in that position? Because at the moment, he's struggling to get back into the back three.
If I had to choose to have him back in the back three as soon as possible, I'd rather that because of what's going on in the back line. So if I had to favour one or the other, it'd be putting back in the back three. But as a midfielder,
Rio, assess his performance today.
You know, his performance was brilliant. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
He was better than Ugarte.
Huh?
He was better than Ugarte.
Yeah, by miles, but it's not even close. It's not even close.
And this is the problem. You're saying, I understand you want to get him back into midfield, into defense for experience.
I think we're having more issues in defense than we are in midfield at the moment, though.
So who would you? So then who would you be?
Yaro.
I kind of saw
Yaro needs to come out right now. I think he needs to come out
over Heaven.
No. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you keep Heaven. Heaven's probably Luke Shaw. Heaven, keep them in.
No problem.
If you can keep so I don't know how you. This is it. You can't. How do you do Luke Shaw, Heaven, and Leacher? Is that possible?
To three left footers.
Yeah. You can't.
Just by the way, don't forget that Dallo went into the back three towards the end of the game.
Yeah, so that could work, but then you'd put we're like lacking on the wings again now. So that's the issue. That's the issue.
So many talking points. So I mean, look, they've gone 2-1 up with another goal from Morgan Rogers, almost identical. This time, once again, you just spoken about him. It's Euro again, slacking, weak, pathetic. Actually, those are the words I would use to describe his performance on Morgan Rogers for the 2 goals. Are you going to sort of back him up? Any sympathy for him at all, or should he?
He had the chance to rectify his earlier mistake, and it was a carbon copy of a goal. So I'm there. Oh, he'll learn. He can learn from that. He needs to learn from it. You had the same chance in the same game in the same way to stop it, and you still you didn't learn. You didn't learn. So for me, I'm gonna sound like I've got an agenda against him, but I'm done with Yaro for now. He's still a baby, but he needs to come out the firing line.
Mr. B,
can I say something about Euro? Do you know Euro is the youngest defender since Phil Jones to play 50 games at centre back?
Oh wow.
Centre back is a position that you peak at, 27, 28, maybe later than strikers. So he's got 7 years of, not say maybe 4 years, say 4 years, 24. You expect him to be, we called him a Rolls Royce, and is it down to the position that he's playing? Is it down to what he's being asked to do? Is he a back 4 defender? Because he's got all of the attributes on the ball, but maybe he can't, like we say with Leacher, that he can't defend out wide. Maybe he can't defend out wide one-on-one. And maybe because on the ball, he's fine to a certain extent. But if you notice now, a lot of teams are cutting in on that side, on the Euro side. Do you think that could be an issue?
But the issue is basic, like we said, basic defending. First goal, should have not allowed Morgan Rogers to turn. Should have got over there quickly. And he's strolling over there, just jogging over there. It's rubbish. Then he allows him to get onto his right foot. Second goal, same thing again. He didn't stand up. He wasn't anticipating what was going to happen. And allowed, once again, Morgan Rogers to get on his right foot and get a clear shot on target. That, to me, is just basics of defending. If you can't do that, if you don't understand that at this age, doesn't matter if you're good on the ball or whatever, you're trash, in my opinion, in the Premier League as a defender.
That's hard.
That's trash basic defending, bro. It's basic defending. If you can't do the basics, you're trash. No matter what you do or how pretty your girls are or whatever, you're trash, in my opinion. Learn the game. It's a tough, I hope what we're going to see now is mental fortitude. Can he come back from this and develop from this? Remember, he got rinsed by some Leicester or Southampton little winger, ragged, really badly. And since then, he's had to change, learn from that. Hopefully, he'll learn from today and say, 2 goals we conceded. My guy, Morgan Rogers, scored and is laughing, and after the game, and it will come back to you. What did you do wrong? It's the basics. Learn the basics, and you can avoid even being in that situation.
Yeah.
Before we go on, let me just say, I want to say a few howdies to Johnny Hill in the chat as well. Big up to Bart, serious fan as well. We got Patrick Pillow. How you doing, Patrick Pillow? When are you coming on the show? And hope you're having a good festive period all the way there in the States right now. We've got Kevin in the house as well. He said, different Villa now. You were never going to get anything from Villa Park. That's what he's saying, Kevin. And he's saying, show my comment, guys. Cheers. We've shown it, Kevin. Keep them coming. Keep them coming if you don't mind. We've got Colin saying here, Ugarte is a waste of a shirt number. I'm done with the man. I ain't backing him anymore. Get him gone in January. We've got Patrick Pillow again saying here, I think Euro has to play until Delit, Maguire back. We need the high at the back. And even though he is clearly struggling for form, and someone's talking to me. It's Patrick Pillow saying, yeah, but I've seen you happier when we've gotten smoked. It is funny to see you fired up when we actually weren't too terrible, just poor moments. I'm getting fired up about the poor defending. That's. But
yeah, and that's it. You're getting fired up because it's, and I get it. It's silly mistakes that are avoidable. So it makes it even more frustrating. And Patrick's probably bang on there in terms of Euro. I'm saying take him out. We can't. Do we play him into form? Is it a mistake to take him out, or would you? Yeah, but I'll ask you this because you're talking about him. Then, would you prefer him to just stay in it and learn from these mistakes rather than take him away from it and he gets cold and
What I would do, Rio, is you can't just make a decision based on what I don't know. I'm not the manager. The manager needs to know how to get the best out of a player. You talk to the guy. Has his confidence been shot? The manager called out Dorgu, said his confidence on the ball when it's a shot. He said it publicly, So what's he saying to him behind the scenes? Is he going to say the same thing about Euro? Because that seems to me to be the case. We don't know Euro's character. We don't know the relationship. If you want to get the best out of a player, you assess how he's feeling from that. Has he lost his confidence from that? Has he, is he overwhelmed by playing in the back three, playing for Man United Football Club? Everything being in France, you can get away with stuff. Here everything is on show. We're talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. You have to decide how to get the best out of a player. If it means dropping them, if it means doing a Kobe Mainoo on them, which he suggested, the manager, that he's doing. Did you hear the comments saying, look, man, and even Roy Keane agreed with this, that some young players are not entitled just to be playing in the first team, So this is the question mark. I can't answer that. All I can say is you have to assess his confidence, assess how he's feeling, assess whether you can get the best out of him, whether it would be dropping him and making him realise or continue to play him. Depends on what he's like and what you feel his reaction to that it would be. That's my opinion.
Fair.
I want to say big up to when the Seagulls follow the trawler. He said, I had said to Colin in the live about bringing the youth on. He didn't agree, but I didn't think bringing them on when we were losing was good for them. That's another thing, kind of what we're talking about.
What? I get that. But you see, the one thing you've got to say about Manchester United youth players, they very rarely come on and let us down in regards to maybe a season's time or whatever, earlier on, we're always going to give them the bly, innit? We're always going to allow them for making a mistake because they're young and because they're the youth players, the same youth players that he's been cussing all week. You understand? So what is it tough love? Is it, you've come on now because you're good enough, or you come on because we're desperate? Do you know what I mean? Will Fletcher get another start in the next game? Will Lacey get a start in the next game? You know what I mean? These are things that I hope that he continues with. I will accept, us, not saying us losing games, but blood, this is the future of our club, innit? I'm not saying they're going to be great. I'm not saying they're going to be the next Beckhams, but if these players are good enough to be training with the first team, there has to be a reason. You've stopped them playing under 21 football and under 18 football, which got them to the level where you can see them. You're looking at them. But then when they get to that level, you're not going to give them the chance. There must have been something in there that gave them the chance. So we've got FA Cup. We've got FA Cup coming. You know, I'm looking for a lot further ahead at the moment. I would like to see maybe them starting the game in regards to they've been in training long enough. They can take the big man licks from Cunha and Dallo, and they're able to maybe twist up Euro or maybe win a battle with Mason Mount. Little things that they may be to say.
The issue we've got with that, Mr. B, is Grimsby. If we don't beat Brighton, it's going to be another excuse to say we don't have games now to rotate.
Do you think Brighton are going to go full strength against Manchester United? You know what I mean? This is I'm not saying you play all of the youth, but if you can start, one of these youngsters instead of, and then if they don't do it, then maybe they come on. You know what I mean? I'm not saying make a mistake at the back, and give them, play another youth player at the back, but there's certain positions on a pitch where, not saying you can afford to lose, but there has to be a level of ability that they've got. And I think now, as a manager, he said they were shit, but he's giving them the opportunity. Now be that, what's the word I'm looking for? That manager who now puts his arm around these players and said, the reason why I've played you is because you're good enough. You are good enough, and try to give them more. You can't just throw them in. It makes him seem like he was desperate.
We'll see their character. We'll see their character now. We'll see their character. They've got a taste of it. They need to go back into training now and prove why they should be getting another go at this.
Yeah, but then they could be looking at Kobe and thinking, well, hold on a minute. A year and a half ago, he was this player, and now he's not getting the chance. And this is what I'm saying. I think it needs to be a different managerial approach in regards to how he looks after these players moving forward, especially for the rest of the season. Because if Bruno's out, Fletcher now becomes a more important player to the squad, because it's a position where you've got Casemiro, who to be fair, Casemiro's been playing the 90s, so I'm not going to disrespect him. But Agate, nobody wants to see on the pitch. You know what I mean? And that's where, Kobe now has to say to himself, well, hold on a minute. I didn't get the opportunity in this game for whatever reason. Bruno's now out, and he already knows that maybe the manager doesn't rate him. He now has to make sure that the manager picks him for every single game. Yes, it puts pressure on him, but this is what playing for Manchester United is all about. As a youth player, as an adult player, as even, Igalo coming in on loan how much years ago, we spoke about the pressure. It's up to Kobe now to hold down the position in the team, because he has to play the next game.
Okay. Miss Rio, you were talking about this comment here. It's from Colin. He's saying here, Mr. B, they can have all the ability in the world, but if the experienced players aren't doing their job, then we're throwing them youngsters into Lions' den. Rio, you disagree with that?
Yeah, I disagree with that massively. Roy Keane said it himself. It's easy to look better in a pile of shit. It's never easy looking good in a pile of shit, but you get what I mean. It's easy to stand out being good if the others around you are a pile of shit. So if these experienced players aren't doing well, and I'm getting my opportunity on the pitch, I'm going to do everything in my power to be cute. I'm not going to make mistakes. I'm going to keep it calm and collective, because I've done it now. Leacher has probably done on a normal day, gone into midfield and done what is a normal performance, what every midfielder probably does across the country, but he's doing it next to crap. So it's getting, shone on more because of the fact that it's been emphasized a lot more. So if these kids, the kids just need to do that. And I know it's a bit different mentality, but a kid can, what Yoro's done today, it's not hard to do what he's done in terms of learn from that mistake. You just don't let someone on their stronger foot to take a shot from distance. No. So as a kid, I can come on and go, well, Morgan Rogers, he likes to bang him in from far. He's got a good right foot on him. I'm just going to keep him on his weaker foot. There, Lesson learned. You move on. So yeah, that was my opinion on the column comment. I get it, but yeah, it's an opportunity. These kids need to see it as an opportunity and not kind of shy away from it.
In response to what you're saying there, so Patrick Pillow saying ideally we must go for 2 midfielders in January alongside Semenya, but we must get another midfielder, especially after this game. And he says a fair point, Rio, great point. He agrees with you. Unlike Colin, who says nah, Rio, because then you're putting every hope on a young player. We don't even have the likes of Dennis and co to help them. I mean,
No, man. No. See, we can't. This is being contradictory now. We can't praise the youth and say they need to be getting game time. Our youth is this. It's incredible. Blah blah blah. But then say, oh, but they need a bit of help when they're given the opportunity on the field. No, it's a different time now. You know, the Lamine Yamal, for example, I know generational talent. He's not needing help. The ability, the age threshold is getting younger and younger and younger. Players are starting to come into the main teams of different opposition at a younger age. Then they don't. No, if you need help, you shouldn't be. You know, it helps, of course. Teams are coming into structured foundations, etc. So I get it. Collins probably thinking we're throwing him into a shithole mess at this moment in time, so they're gonna kind of fall down the wayside. And if they do, then that's very unlucky. But we can't be waiting for our foundation to get better to then throw in the kids. Because
problem I think we have.
Yeah, we're gonna let there's gonna be gems. There's gonna be gems that might actually thrive under this pressure. You know.
The problem we have is like, yeah, these players that are getting into the squad on the bench, they obviously got something special about them. But the major difference is Fletcher came on today. He got the ball in a tight area, and they purposely munched him. I don't know if you remember that when Fletcher got the ball. Luckily, didn't end up with a transition or whatever. But he got the ball, first touch, bam. There was 2 players on him, thinking, "Yeah, we're going to eat you up," and they're probably winding him up or saying something in his ear like, "You ain't ready for this level," or whatever, trying to put him off, which you do. This is sportsmanship. This is what they do. And then you had Shea Lacey come on, who's Morgan Rogers only a few years older than him, but he's like twice the size of him. And Shea Lacey tried to close him down, and Morgan Rogers played his way out of trouble. They deep in their half and got out of it. And I thought, wow, look at the difference in size there. Shea Lacey, talented as he is, and as much rave reviews as it is, playing against Aston Villa, a big physical team, he looked like a little boy out there who wasn't going to do anything, have any impact. So the physicality side of things for youth players is really key. If you're going to step up, look a bit like Rooney. Rooney had the physicality. He was playing in men's football. He could play against men when he was 15 years old. You know, it's a big difference. So we have to develop these youngsters at a different rate, as we've seen with Euro, for example, who hasn't got that physicality yet to be dominating as a centre-back. But yeah, we've gone 2-1 down. We've made so many changes. Can I just say, let me say this. Let's talk about the system or the so-called formation. Did you guys see it? Because I was hoping, I wanted to text you, but no, let me just leave it and talk about this in the show. Mr. B, Rio, did you see a 4-2-2-2? Did you see a 4-3-3? Did you see different formations today during the game? Or did you just always see a 3 at the back?
No, I saw multiple.
So it's not a formation we start with 3-4-3, whatever. You're seeing during the game we can revert to a 4 at the back at certain times, yeah? Okay, that's all. Yeah. That's what I want to say. Mr. B, Death Star is glowing up. You glowing up?
No, I can't deny that. I did see them, but then maybe that's just positions that they end up in. Let's be honest. We would all rather see 4. We would all rather see him starting 4. I mean, my issue's always been midfield. It's never been the 3. It's always been my issue's always been the centre mid. If he went 3-5-2, would any of us be moaning? Exactly, because he's got a 3-man central midfield, and this is the part that I'm saying. That's the issue that I've got. It's not the 3 at the back. The 3 at the back is my issue. My issue is the 2 in central midfield.
All right. At one point, let me just add this. So when everyone's talking about he's made tweaks, he's made changes. Dorgu was left back at one point. Then he had Luke Shaw with Heaven and Euro at right back. Then in the midfield 3 was Dalot, Ugarte, and Bruno at one point. This is how they set up during different phases. It went during different build-ups. Then sometimes it was 4 with so basically Dalot's wing back coming into midfield. where he plays a bit of his thing in playing in
Yeah,
the
well.
half spaces.
Yeah, well.
So we
Yeah,
saw different variations of how the system can change depending on where you are in the game and different spells in the game as well. I saw that from my own eyes.
Okay.
Okay, so Patrick Pillow is saying, I think it's worth asking because we did cover this about Kobe. Is he really out injured? And Patrick Pillow saying here, I think it's worth asking the question: why in the world we training hard the day before the game is beyond me. I mean, they do that, don't they? People spar a week of the fight, don't they? So I don't think that's really an issue, is it?
Nah.
You know my thoughts on it already, so there's no point more in me commenting on that, to be fair.
Okay. 25 in the chat and maybe people in Twitter as well. Welcome, Twitter world. This is the Man United Agenda on YouTube. Come and subscribe and join us. We are covering every Man United game and we talk throughout the week, Man United. So come and join us, join the family and have a debate. We're saying here, sorry, yeah, I missed the first 9 minutes. No problem, no problem. So did I'm not gonna say. I won't say it. Anyway. Thanks, Colin, for the watch along. Any last words from you guys about the result? I mean, is there any positives? Give me a positive and negative about the result today, Rio.
I just want to touch on one thing because we've
Sure.
not spoken about Ruben Amorim. What are our thoughts on just him quickly, like in terms of going forward now? Because certain people still want the man gone. I'm not having that. Me personally, my personal take on it. I don't think he was too bad today. He can only do so much, but I don't think today was an Amorim issue. So that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know Mr. B's in the dark side shaking his head there, but with the forces with us, and we understand there's a lot. It's a long game here, and I think you have to give credit where it's credit's due. Obviously, the results are what we've lost 2 in 10 now, which is not too bad considering where we're coming from. We're still sniffing around that sort of area of the top 4. Not far off it. We just lost to Villa today, who beat Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, and we could say we matched them, or sometimes we were better than them, especially with the data. It shows we have more possession, more shots, and we could have scored. I mean, I just want to, before we go, I want to talk about Cunha's headed chance. I mean, blows and skirts. What, Mr. B? I mean, come on, man. That's bread and butter.
Yeah, he's in the center of the goal. There was no excuse for the miss. It was terrible. He saw the flight of the ball. He stretched his. I mean, the timing of the header was wrong for a start because he was stretching. He had time to get up and smash it down. So no, yeah, that's 100%, and that's the one good ball that Dorgu put in. To be fair,
yeah, I think Dorgu's a bit basic. He's just doing the bait, like getting on the left hand side. Hasn't got a trick to get at yard to get whipping across. He needs to work on that to get more crossing because crosses were decent, and that was a decent cross. Mr. B, you were asked by Rio about the manager. We've got when the Seagulls follow the trawler saying, Rio, if Amorim is purposely blocking Kobe, then he is to blame. And there's another one here saying Amorim gets a pass today. We did okay. I was more upset on Monday. Mr. B, your assessment on this day, 21st.
It's a culmination now, isn't it? It's always something. It's always something. When is it going to be his fault? As I said, I have my opinions on what's happening with Kobe. I'm convinced he starts the next game. 100% convinced he starts the next game. And that then makes me feel even more that it was a punishment today for what his brother did. You know what I mean? Moving forward, yeah, we played well in patches today, and you bringing up the fact that they beat Arsenal, fair enough. I accept that because we actually played well. But at the end of the day, like I said before, we're not Scotland. I don't want to be gallant losers. I want to be winners. So we've got Newcastle next, bruv. We're all looking at that and thinking we're playing them at their ground as well, aren't we?
Nah, I'm there for it. Boxing.
Okay. Look, okay, fair enough. At Old Trafford, call me if you don't want to do the watch along. Then I'm more than happy to do it. But I wouldn't have done it if there was at Newcastle. I'm not sitting down with that.
We'll beat them. We will beat them.
Oh, Rio, man, don't do this now, man.
We'll beat them.
Rio.
I've saw enough today, and I've watched them. They looked shaky at home against Chelsea the other day. We'll beat them. We will beat them. I guarantee.
No Bruno.
With
Our
no
creative
Bruno,
force.
no Bruno. Document it, tattoo it, take it to the bank. We will beat them.
Okay, Colin is just blowing us up here by saying 6-1 to Newcastle. All right, well, there you go, guys. We've been defeated, but it's not over. It's a long season, and we still got some gains to make and some improvements to make. And hopefully, people in the medical department can get our guys back fit and raring to go as soon as possible. Rio says it now to wind up Mr. P. There you go. All right. We're back tomorrow, aren't we? And throughout the whole week. It's the festive period, guys. If you're off work, come and join us. I know Patrick Pillow is saying he's back. He's got a break now, so he'll be back on the show very soon. Hopefully we'll hear from you, Patrick Pillow. Always great to see you. As well as Stuart Marshall, as well as We Deserve Better, and obviously the main team here, the main guys. Thanks for all your work this year, guys. It's been a long season. No presents. We're not doing Secret Santa or anything. I've got nothing to offer you guys.
Coal, a lump of coal at this moment in time. With the
yeah. And
performance.
Mr. B probably get him a green screen, sorry, that actually works. There you go. Thank you. All right, we're signing out, guys. Have a great Sunday, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. God bless.
Peace.
Glory, glory,